Hey everyone, this class is going to be a slow journey to crow pose or kakasana. I think sometimes when we think of arm balances, we think of like the hardest, sweatiest classes. We need to get super duper warm to get there. But there are just some days where you just want to take it a bit more chill. You still want to have playtime, but you want to take it slower. And especially this class is going to be great if you are brand new to crow pose. We're still going to be strengthening through the upper body, through the core, but we're going to take it at a much slower pace. So yeah, grab 2 blocks if you haven't already. And one last thing before we get started is that if you haven't already heard, then I am launching a membership site in April 2026. So very, very soon. I feel ready to take this next step and to kind of create this really special space for us to share this practice of yoga. So what you can expect from this membership site are 3 classes per week, also access to challenges and series. We're going to begin the journey with a 30-day yoga challenge. So every day within April, we're going to be uploading a yoga class, and even better, for the month of April, we're going to be offering our founding membership, and that is 50% off the membership price. And if you get it at this price, it stays with you lifelong, as long as you've got your membership active. This offer is only going to be available once, but it's just, a big thank you from me to you for those who have been here since the beginning, since 4 years ago. So yeah, I can't wait to share this next step with you. Okay, let's get started in a child's pose. So bring your toes towards each other, hips to heels, reach the hands forward, forehead down on the mat. Take a super slow breath in through the nose. And a slow breath out through the nose. Feeling the hips get heavy towards the heels, starting to create some flexion through the hip joints. You might feel the knees press up against the sides of the ribs. This is really the position that your knees are going to be in when we are practicing crow, so it's just nice to think about it that way. Can you reach your hands a little more forward? Lengthen the arms. Press into the palms, press into the fingertips and the knuckles. Feel the shoulders activate even more. Broaden the shoulders, so pull the shoulder blades a little wider towards the edges of the mat. Let's take 2 more final breaths here. Breathing into the sides of the ribs, the back of the ribs, the front of the ribs. Into the belly, up into the chest. Breathing out through the nose. Feeling the rib cage get smaller. Walk your hands back to your knees, sit yourself up onto your heels. You're going to take some circles with the wrists. Clasp your hands into fists, roll them out in one direction. And then swap directions. Bring your hands together, interlace them, and create a wave-like shape. So you're lifting your knuckles up and then dropping them down. Swap directions. And then shake out the wrists. Tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. A few rounds of cat and cow. Breathe in, drop your belly down, look forward, lift the tailbone high. As you exhale, round your back. Tuck your chin into your chest, belly lifts high. Inhale, open up. exhale to round. And feel free to stay with these movements, or you could take some circles with the ribs, creating barrel rolls, moving in one direction. Moving in the other direction. And then finding a neutral spine. There's a little curve of the lower back, but the spine is mostly long. Tuck your lower ribs in, push the hands down into the ground, puff up through your upper back. Feel free to stay here, or you can tuck your toes and hover the knees off the ground for a moment. Can you look down at your hands and see if you can spread your fingertips a little wider? Middle fingers pointing forward. Grip into the tops of the fingers. Those are going to be your brake pads in your crow pose today. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lower your knees down, hips to heels, shake out the wrists again. Let's take some fast twists through the spine, so elbows around. Let's try that one more time. Hands down, strong brace of the core, and then tuck toes, lift the knees off. And maybe this is where you stay. If you did feel like a little bit more, hold right knee to right elbow. Take one full cycle of breath. Right toes down, let's try the other side. So left knee to left elbow. Touch the left toes down, sit back on your heels, shake out the arms again, last time. Really nice. Walk your hands forward, tuck onto your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. A couple of breaths here. Might pedal the feet out. Relax the head. Keep pressing through the hands, through the insides of the palms, the outsides of the palms, the tops of the fingers. Feel the shoulder blades widen. And see if you can lift your hips up a little higher. Push them to the back of your mat. Heels are soft. Bend your knees, look forward, breathe in. As you exhale, step your right foot outside the right hand. You can have your left knee down here or left knee up. It is up to you. Right knee lifts to the sky, right hand reaches to the sky. Breathe in. As you breathe out, right elbow in the direction of the ground. It does not need to touch, but try to get it as low as you can. Let's try that a few more times. Breathe in, open. Breathe out to come down. 2 more. Come back onto the right hand, step the left foot outside the left hand, forward fold. So a little bit wider than you usually would. Bend your knees so that the belly can rest on the insides of the thighs, and you might even hold your hands behind the back of the calves. Dropping the head towards the ground. Turn the toes out, Malasana, garland pose, bend your knees. You might bring the hands to the insides of, or the hands together, elbows on the insides of the knees. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift the hips. Let's try that 2 more times. Breathe in, bend the knees. Breathe out, lift the hips. 1 more. Turn the toes forward. Let the arms dangle down as you round your back. Slowly come up through standing. Once you get to the top, breathe in, lift the arms up high. Tuck your lower ribs in, engage your glutes. As you exhale, side bend right hand travels down the right side of the body. Maybe you can get it past the right knee. Lift up, inhale. As you exhale, swap to the other side. Inhale, lift up. Turn the toes out. As you exhale, Malasana, bend the knees, come down. Use your hands here if you want or if you need. Lower your hips. Bring the feet out in front of you. Inhale, lengthen the back. Arms reach forward. As we exhale, take about 10 seconds to lower down. So tuck your tailbone. Keep reaching your hands away from you. Bottom of the rib cage tucks towards the hips. Once you get onto your back, lift the arms above your head, full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, knees come on top of the hips. Dead bug, hands come onto the thighs. Press your lower back into the ground and just hold. So you're pushing your hands into your knees and your knees back into your hands. And if you're doing this right, I guess you could say, you should start to shake if you're not already shaking. Feeling some intensity, some heat through the core. Let's go one more slow breath. Nice. Reach the toes up to the sky. Hold the hands behind the back of the thighs if that feels comfortable. And just hang out here. You could bend and straighten the legs, or you could just hold one breath. Okay, let's roll ourselves up. Cross over the feet, plant the hands down, shuffle the knees back. Plank position, you can be on your knees here. If you did feel like a little bit more, you can tuck your toes, lift the knees off. The shoulders on top of the wrists. Hands shoulder width distance, so they're not super close, they're a little bit wider. 2 more slow breaths. Breathe in. Can you puff up through your upper back a little more? Exhale, chaturanga, lean forward, bend the elbows, slow descend onto the belly, sphinx pose. Untuck the toes. Elbows come down. Engage the glutes. You're trying to lift the center of the chest up. And so it's open, collarbones are broad. Pointy tips of the shoulder blades pull towards each other. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower down. Hands by the ribs, push up onto your knees. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Let's try that on the other side. Bend your knees, look forward, step your left foot outside the left hand. Lunge position, left knee on top of the ankle. Remember, right knee could be down or it could be lifted. Left hand to the sky, breathe in. Breathe out, left elbow in the direction of the ground. Inhale, open. Push the right hand down, lift the shoulder away. Exhale, come down. 2 more in your own breath. Left hand plants, breathe in, step your right foot outside your right hand. As you exhale, fold forward. Now we're going to move between the squat and this forward fold. You can keep the hands where they are, or you can take peace fingers around your big toes, up to you. Breathe in as you bend your knees, elbows on the insides of the thighs, lift the chest. As you exhale, lift up. 2 more. Hold in your forward fold. See if you can pull on your big toes a little more. Drop the chest down. Release the hands, slowly roll up through the spine. Once you get to the top, engage your glutes again. Inhale, arms overhead. Let's go to the left this time. Exhale, side bend, maybe a little further. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, turn the toes out again. Exhale, come down, squat. Hips down, use your hands if you need. Breathe in, lift tall. Exhale to round. Full body stretch at the bottom. Inhale. As you exhale, dead bug. Knees on top of the hips again. Hands to knees. If you felt like more, you could lift the chest up, shoulders off the ground, and maybe you're pressing forearms into your legs. Press the knees in even more. One more breath. Whew. Head comes down, hands behind the thighs. If they meet, maybe toes up. Just relaxing the legs. Roll yourself up. Let's come back into that plank position last time. We're going to practice a few retractions and protractions of the shoulder blades. So retractions are where you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and your chest drops down slightly. Protractions is the opposite. You're puffing up through your upper back. Shoulder blades widen. Let's try that again. Inhale, retract. Exhale, protract. Two more. Inhale, chest goes lower. Exhale, chest goes higher. Last one. Hold for your breath in, shift your weight forward, high on your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, tuck the elbows in, back into your sphinx. If you did feel like a little bit more, you could press through the hands, hover the elbows a little or a lot. Yourself down. Okay, push up onto your knees, shuffle your knees forward. This is where we're going to play with our kakasana. So if you had blocks, I'm going to show you how you can use them. If you didn't have blocks, then that's totally okay as well. It's just great to use it if you're a bit more of a beginner, because it can help you lift your hips higher. So you can use one block, you can use two blocks, you can stack them on top of each other. You'll lift yourself up, you bring your hands shoulder width distance. Again, spreading hands wide, fingertips wide, middle fingers pointing forward. You want to wrap your elbows in, and then you'll lift your feet up onto the blocks. From there, you'll bend your elbows back. If you know where you're going, just go straight into it. You don't need to wait for me. Elbows back. You need to lean forward, okay, so that your shoulders come on top of the wrists or even further forward. Knees come to the backs of the arms. Where they are specifically will depend on you and how you like to do it. I like to go slightly further down on my arms. Some people like to go slightly further up. And just notice how, because I'm using the blocks, my hips are higher. This is going to help me balance more. Eye gaze underneath the head. You're not tucking your chin in. That's going to cause you to fall over, even though you're trying to protect yourself. Okay, and then you might keep the feet on the blocks or on the floor, but if you did feel comfortable, you could lift one foot off, maybe the other foot. Really try puff up through the upper back. So you're protracting your shoulder blades. If you did feel a little nervous about falling forward, you can use a block to put your forehead onto. So you can practice it on the highest setting or the mid setting. If you were to come up, and then as you lean forward, you would bring your forehead down. I needed to move that more forward. Okay, you could still totally keep your feet on the ground. Okay, or you could lift your feet off. For me, that's a little too high, so I might go down to the mid height. Okay, so sometimes it's a bit more psychological, whether we can get into crow pose or any arm balances or not. Sometimes our body knows how to do it, and it's our mind that's stopping us. And so having these supports around us can feel really nice. Okay, once you're done playing, maybe just come to a seated position. You can sit on a block if you would like. Shake out the wrists. Close down the eyes for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just checking in with how that felt for you. Not only physically, but also in a more subtle way. Noticing any thoughts that popped up or any words, images. Were you present with the practice? Were you somewhere else? Just noticing these without any judgment, any attachment. Just reflecting on how this felt for you. Let's open our eyes again and shuffle yourself forward. You might like to take a block with you along the way. We're going to come back onto our backs one last time, setting up for supported bridge. So feet behind you, push into the ground, engage your glutes. If you didn't have a block or would prefer a more active variation, you might stay here. If you would prefer a more passive variation and you had a block nearby, you can pop it underneath your pelvis, kind of where the SI joint meets your big bony part of your body. Just feeling the front of the hips open up slightly. You might stay here. You could extend 1 or 2 feet out. Slowing the breath. Feel free to stay here for as long as feels good. If you would like to transition out, just removing the block to one side, lowering your hips down, taking feet wide, and then dropping these side to side, window wipering the knees. Let's lift the feet up to the sky, and you might stay here, or you can turn this into Halasana, plow pose. Reach the hands by your sides, lift your hips up, travel the feet up and over the head. The toes might be hovering, the toes might land down on the ground. Slowly making your way down back onto the mat. Sitting up for Savasana. You might have your legs long, or you could have your knees bent. Close down the eyes. Let the movement settle within the body. As we lie here for another minute or two, let's embrace a sense of lightness, curiosity, playfulness that can come with arm balances, for getting upside down. I think the world needs a little bit more fun. And so as we pay attention to our body and our mind, as we quieten all the processes down, let's bring those textures, those qualities into the mind, into the heart. Let's take a slow breath in through the nose. And a sigh out through the mouth. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Let's make our way up into a seat when you're ready. Thanking ourselves for turning up, for being intentional with our movements, creating more awareness through the body, through the mind, and finding a sense of playfulness, curiosity, lightness. And let's aim to bring that into the rest of our day. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much, my friends, for being here. Oh, I love I love practicing with you. Let me know how you found the practice down in the comments. And again, just keep in the back of your mind, April, that's when we're going to do the 30 days of yoga. I feel like it's a great time to do it. It's still kind of fresh into the year, but things, at least for me, have settled down a little bit more. So I feel like I can commit to it. So I look forward to seeing you there.